Right, welcome everybody to the Future Paramedic course, and today we're going to look at we're going to introduce the structure and function of the heart. So by the end of this session, you will be able to take a pulse at the neck and wrist. You will be able to identify the structure of the heart. You'll be able to label the components of the heart and explain the functions of the heart. Is everyone okay? Everyone understand what we're going to do today? But before we get on to that, we're going to get to know each other a little better. Okay, so we're going to I need you to write your names on the papers provided. So write your names. This is the toughest part, you all know your names. Emma, Jack, and Molly. Fantastic. Now we're going to have an icebreaker first. Have you ever heard of this one? 2 truths and a lie. I want you to think of 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay? And then you're going to say what the truth is. You'll say all 3, and then the rest of you have to guess what the truth is on the lies are. Are you ready? So, right, who are we going to start with? Molly, can we start with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Off you go.
I have run for Great Britain, I have swum for Great Britain, and I've been part of Great Britain's...
Oh, fantastic. Let's move on. Right, so we kind of know each other. We've got Molly, Jack and Emma, and I'm Gareth, the tutor for today. Right, so if you have a quick look at the board. What is the heart? So the heart is a muscular organ, okay? So it's called cardiac muscle. And it beats at 60 to 80 beats per minute. Over that. Its function is to pump blood around the body. And the cardiac muscle of the heart contracts to pump blood from the atria, we'll go through this as the lesson goes on, into the ventricles, and from the ventricles to the muscles and back to the heart, and then it's oxygenated blood. Okay, so we're going to put a video on now. I'm going to watch the video, and then we're going to come back to take in the pulse. Is that okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so the video we just watched, fantastic video, explains lots of the stuff that we're going to do today. But we're going to have a bit of a practical task now. We're going to learn how to take a pulse at the neck and a pulse at the wrist. And you're going to be in various locations, various positions. You'll be doing 1 lying down, 1 sitting down, 1 standing. It says juggling on there, but we're not going to juggle, we're just going to dance a little bit, okay? So, we need to find out where these pulses are. Okay, the first one, can you see? We're going to find it on your neck. Push in a little bit and you'll find a pulse. Now, if you found it, just nod. Fantastic. And also, we're going to find the radial pulse. Can you have a look? On your wrists. Fantastic. Got it? Nod again if you've got it. Right. Now, whichever one you think is the best for you, you're going to use, lying on the floor, you're going to find your pulse. And for 30 seconds, I will give the start. I'll say start counting and I'll say stop counting. When I say stop counting, you remember what you were on, what your pulse was on at that point in time. And then, to give a reading over a minute, what would you do, Emma? Times by 2, so double it. Right, find yourself somewhere to sit down, lie down, sorry. Somewhere to lie down. Are we all comfortable? Comfortable-ish? Mm-hmm. No. My camera has lost you all, but I'm guessing you're all still here. Are we ready to start counting?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Start counting now. And stop counting now. Don't get up too quickly, but remember the number you had, and then you're going to double it. So, Emma, what did you have?
34.
34, that is before you double it.
Yes, so
Fantastic.
68.
So get up very slowly. Jack, what was yours?
78.
78, I'm guessing that's after you doubled it.
It is.
Fantastic. Molly,
66 after double.
66. Now write those down for yourself on a little piece of paper. Not in big writing though, just write them down. Yeah, so just small little things. Right, you're now going to take the pulses, sitting down. Is that okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Right, hold on, wait for Emma and Molly. Excellent. So, sitting. Find your pulse wherever you want again, either the radial or the carotid. Are you ready to start counting? Start counting now. And stop now. Emma, what were you?
47.
47. So double. So Emma, why might it have gone up?
I'm in a sitting position.
It's easier for your heart to beat when you're lying down. You have to sitting position, the heart to beat a bit harder. What were you, Jack?
100.
100. I'm guessing that was after you doubled it.
That's
Good, fantastic. Molly?
80 after double.
And everybody has gone up?
Yeah.
And why has it gone up, Jack?
because the heart is working harder to pump blood.
Fantastic. Now Emma, where did you take your pulse? And what's that called? Fantastic. Where did you take yours?
Radial.
And what's that called?
Radial.
Radial. Where did you take yours? Carotid. Fantastic. Now we're going to stand up and take your pulses again. And what's going to happen, Molly? What should happen?
Should go up again.
It should go up. Fantastic. Are we ready? Start counting now. And stop now. Oh, is there some thinking going on? Right, what were you, Jack?
106.
106. Emma?
43.
43, it's gone down.
So 86, yeah.
Why might that have been? It could be that you miscounted,
No.
or it may be that your heart just got used to the moving around. So it may well be adapted. Molly?
88 after double.
88, so yours went up?
Yep.
So 2 out of 3 went up. Now, are we ready for the last task? So we all know how to find our carotid pulse, and we all know where to find our radial pulse. Now you're going to have to count a lot quicker now, because you are going to dance slightly. Okay? Now, I have to hold the camera here because as jumping up and down, the camera may fall over. But, are we ready? All I want you to do is no flashy moves. Don't fall over each other. Find some space. Are we ready? All I want you to do is jump up and down. Jump up and down. Jump up and down, jump up and down, jump up and down. Put your hands in the air like you don't care. Come on. Oh, I didn't say about turning round or anything. But you can turn around if you want, Jack. That's it. How are you doing? Pump your hands in the air. That's it. Fantastic. And when I say stop, you stop and find your pulse. Stop and find your pulse. Are we all found? Good. Start counting now. And stop. Emma, what were you?
62.
62 before doubling.
Before, yes.
Right, fantastic. Molly, what were you?
140 after double.
140. Shorter. Jack, what were you?
142.
142, fantastic. So Emma, why has it gone up?
Because we were moving, it was harder to get the blood.
What did the heart have to do?
Worked very hard.
Work harder. Okay, so we're going to have a comfort break in a few minutes just to get your breath back. But before we do that, remember, while we're having our break, the heart is a muscular organ. It beats between 60 and 80 beats per minute at rest. What were you when you were sitting down, all of us?
100.
I was 94.
When we were sitting down? So it was slightly high at that point for all of us. Why might it have been high? What were maybe stress of perhaps being in a lesson? So it may have gone slightly higher. Remember, the function of the heart is to pump blood, and it's a muscle that pumps oxygenated blood around the body. And we'll come back to that. We all saw that in the video. We'll come back when we do some drawing after. So we'll have a little comfort break and stop for a little while. Right, so we're back. Can you see on the board? We're all back on our lovely comfort breaks. But we're now going to identify the structure of the heart. So it looks there very, very complicated on there, but I will break it down on this diagram that I have here. So we have blood is pumped around the body, and when it's coming back from the muscles, it's called deoxygenated blood. So it comes back from the muscles, deoxygenated blood. And it comes back via what's called the vena cava or vena cava. Okay, remember that now? Deoxygenated blood. So it's been used. And it goes into the right atria. So if you look at my drawing there now, can you draw that little box for me? If you all work together as a big group, it'd be easier. Yeah, all work together as a group. Fantastic. And what's that called? The right atria. Everyone okay with that? And if you don't know the spelling, if you look over here, the right atrium. So maybe label it. Label it. Fantastic. Then, blood flows then here. See here? You have a valve here called your tricuspid valve. So just do 3 little strips for me. Fantastic. And then blood flows then into the right ventricle. Fantastic. I'll leave a little thing at the bottom. So Emma, right atria. And then we have right, what's this one called? Ventricle. Fantastic. So right in there, Jack. Right ventricle. Right. When the blood gets to here, on this point, it's now going to go to the lungs. So it comes out of here and goes to the lungs. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the lesson. Let's just talk about the structure of the heart for the moment. Now, you have this side of the heart, the left side of the heart. So if you put in another box, now, this is the left side of the heart. So this is called the left, Molly?
Atrium.
Atrium. Fantastic. Write that in, Jack. As our scribe. Fantastic. Now, what are we going to have here, do you think? Following the pattern.
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle. Now, write it in, Jack. Now, can you see on the board? Right, we need to put in the bicuspid valve. If that's the tricuspid valve, where's the bicuspid valve?
On the other side of the valve?
There, so do 2 strips there. Okay, right. Is everyone okay? And what do you think? If you look at the board, can you think what this middle bit might be called here that separates the whole heart?
The septum.
Septum, fantastic. That's excellent. And what, Emma, what might be the idea of the septum? There. It's like a barrier. What?
Keeps them separate.
Keeps them totally separate. Fantastic. Right, so have we got everything we should have here? No. We've got these 4. The aorta, the vena cava, the pulmonary artery, and the pulmonary vein. But we'll talk about them when we do the flow of blood around the body. Okay then? Everyone okay with that? Any questions on it? None? Fantastic. Okay, everyone. It's been a slog, but we've got there through it. We've got through it. Lots of drawing going on. If we show our drawings to the camera, it's taken a while, but we got there. Got it on. Right. Here we go. At the start of the session, we said by the end of this session, we would be able to, first of all, take a pulse at the neck and wrist. What's the pulse called at the wrist, Molly?
Oh,
Begins with R.
I can remember this one, but I don't remember the
Well,
rest.
neck, what's the neck one?
The neck is carotid.
Carotid. Emma, what's the one at the wrist?
Radial.
Radial. Fantastic. Remember that now, radial at the wrist.
It's the radial.
So we've got that, and we're all able to do that. So we can tick that box. That's next. So when we move on to use of defibs and CPR, we'll understand. Right, identify the structure of the heart, label the components of the heart, and explain the function. We'll come on to that at the end. We'll do that one now. Molly, can you redeem yourself? What is the function of the heart?
To carry oxygenated blood around the body.
And take deoxygenated blood back. So it's to pump blood around the body. Right. So now we're on to our drawing now. Fantastic drawing, Emma. Where, when it comes to the vena cava, does it come back into the heart? What side?
The right.
The right-hand side. It then goes to the tricuspid valve, into the what?
Right ventricle.
Fantastic. Leaves the right ventricle and is going back to the lungs. But what is special, Jack, about the pulmonary artery?
The only artery in the body to carry deoxygenated blood.
Fantastic. Gets to the lungs, gets oxygenated. And then what is special, Molly, about the pulmonary vein?
It's the only vein to carry oxygenated blood.
It's the only vein. That's fantastic. Emma, it gets to where?
Left atrium.
Left atrium into the...
Left ventricle.
And then goes to...
Aorta.
And where does the aorta go to, Jack?
all around the body to our muscles.
Fantastic. Right, so let's recap again very quickly. We are now able to take pulse at the neck and wrist. We have identified the structure of the heart, we have labelled the components of the heart, and we can explain the function of the heart. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Any questions? Because we have run over a little bit. Any questions? Everyone okay? Right, so next time we'll be doing CPR and use of the defib. So you need to keep this knowledge that you've got, and we're going to use it next time. Right, thank you very much everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.